Senior Peyton Mullins. Jaden Johnson. Jaden is the son of Amber Pryor and Ross Johnson. He's been wrestling for 14 years. His favorite wrestling memory is seeing Coach Jay put on a performance at the Hangout in Gulf Shores. After graduation, Jaden plans to go play in the NBA. Senior Jaden Johnson. Landon Lane. Landon is the son of Joseph Lane and Lincoln and Heather Anderson. He has been a wrestler for 7 long years, and his favorite wrestling memory is when Colt started blaming everyone for stealing his wallet, but he actually just lost it to parking lot. After graduation, Landon plans to go to trade school, get his havoc treatment, and hopefully one day open his own business, get a beautiful wife in the process, and a nice house in Montana with some land. Senior Landon Lane. Dakota Odell. Dakota is the son of Kyle and Randy Odell, and he has been a wrestler for 6 years. Dakota's favorite wrestling memory is wrestling at the Gulf Shores tournament, which was great this year.
You got 2 daddies?
After graduation, Dakota plans to get a degree and own a farm. Senior Dakota Odell. David Abdonti. David is the son of Wesley Johnston and Rocky Johnston, and he has been a wrestler for 2 years. David's favorite wrestling memory is giving Cushman a hard time with David Warner at the Gulf Shores tournament. After graduation, David plans to attend college for soccer and eventually become a college coach, marry the girl of his dreams, and live in a one-story house in Oregon with his sister as his neighbor.
Did you say Bobby's
Senior
down there?
David Abdonti.
Where's he at?
Adriana Arnold. Adriana is the daughter of Chris and She has cheered for 13 years. 7 of those as a wrestling cheerleader. Her favorite memory is from last year.
Oh, yeah, I see.
She was walking up on the mat and doing it.
Go talk to him, buddy.
She went to jump into the back handspring. She rolled her ankle and flopped into the mat. She had to just lay there laughing at herself and encourage her reaction.
Did you finish all that tapping?
Adriana is planning to attend OSU and major in biology with pre-med intentions. Senior Adriana.
OSU, baby. Wrestling.
Emma is the daughter of Kristen Purdue and Ryan and Amanda Purdue. This is her first year as a Tiger cheerleader, and her favorite memory is not being able to say the words to the cheers for an entire match because she was choking on a Brahms French fry provided by Amber Babejas. Emma plans to attend whatever school God in her heart leads her to, where she will study musical theater. Senior Emma Purdue. Jenna Phillips. Jenna is the daughter of Jason and Shanna Phillips, and this is her 3rd year as a Tiger cheerleader. Her favorite memory is when Mrs. Bethel drove over the ceremony after missing the free-turn light exit that were institutions last year. Administration that did not happen. After graduation, Jenna plans to attend college to attain a bachelor's degree in nursing and later go back to school to become a nurse practitioner. Senior Jenna Phillips.
All right.
At 106, for the visiting Pryor.
We're here for some Fort Gibson Tiger Wrestling on senior night. This is Jake Tolbert with Scott Farmer. Got an exciting night of wrestling coming up. The Fort Gibson Tigers taking on the Tigers from Pryor in a duel of a couple of ranked teams in their classes. Looking for some good wrestling tonight.
Yeah, just kind of looking at their seasons so far. Fort Gibson has been pretty heavy laden in wrestling tournaments. Not many duels, coming in at 3-1. Pryor's coming in. They have not been in many tournaments, but they are 10-4 in duels. So they have one common opponent between them in Coweta. Both ended up coming up a little bit short. But two ranked teams, like I said, Coach Tolbert, number 8 and 5A Pryor versus number 8 and 4A Fort Gibson.
Yep, we're just wrapping up introductions here for the weight classes. Going to see the matchups here. Fort Gibson's got a good blend of seniors and some youth on the team as well.
Yeah, when you look at our lineup, of course, we've got a great group of seniors that we got to recognize tonight. Hard workers in the room. I think if you were to talk to Coach Johnson and give him true serum and say, hey, rank order who's working day in, day out in that room, your senior group here is going to be at the top of that list. Just a solid bunch, good role models for the younger ones in the room. And when you look at what's coming up through our junior high, which we got to watch wrestle just before this, future's bright for a few years. So we're looking forward to it. Something neat, Coach Tolbert, that we keep in mind. We wrestled tonight. I don't want to say that this duel doesn't mean anything. It doesn't necessarily mean anything as far as rankings, and you're wrestling for pride here tonight. But we have district duels next Tuesday, and this senior class has an opportunity to do something that no class has done in Fort Gibson history that I'm aware of. And that's to go to dual state 4 years in a row.
Wow.
And they're coming in. I think they're the number 1 seed in our district. Poto right behind them. It's going to be a shootout. So, weather's looking bad Tuesday, but we still hope to have that duel Tuesday night, which Fort Gibson's hosting. Will be in the Harrison Field House. We're going to have it in the big gym starting at 2 o'clock. And Fort Gibson and Pryor Fort Gibson and Poto will wrestle last. Okay. So if you want your money's worth, it'll be worth the price of admission to come watch that one.
Yep. And this is, like you said, this isn't a pushover. This is the tune-up, really. You said they hadn't, been in so many duels, and that district is a dual format. So this is really their last tune-up before they get underway for districts.
Yeah, and if you don't know the sport real well, there's a lot of strategy that goes in for a coach on running a duel, knowing your opponents, knowing the team, knowing the matchups, knowing where you're probably going to score. It's a chess match.
Yep, and if you'll notice during introductions, both sides at different weight classes ran out multiple wrestlers, and they can and they weigh in at different weights and stuff like that too, and kind of try and play the matchups.
Yeah, and if you watch our coaches in the corners on both sides, they're going to flip for evens and odds, and that's going to determine, I don't know where we're going to start. Looks like we're going to start at 106 just in natural progression, but when they flip even and odds, someone's got to send someone out first. Opposing coach gets to size up, who do I want to send out to wrestle them, and that's where you start getting your matchups and your strategy, and you got to think on the fly. So, people think they're, just throw your wrestles out and go, but no, there's strategy, and kind of excited to see it go tonight.
It's going to be a good time. We're about to get it rolling. The 106 weight class.
We're going to have Damian Skaggs for Fort Gibson coming out. And I don't know if this is Mr. Lee or Mr. Taylor for Pryor. I don't know I don't have their exact lineup, but it's one of those two on the mat. And so we'll be set to go.
I believe he said Taylor.
Taylor? Okay.
I got 20 on red. I got you 20.
And we're off. Skaggs going for the early takedown here. Nothing going so far. Still working for it.
Yeah, if he can get through that, raise him up, get that foot out of his control.
I think another fun thing to watch throughout the evening is how the style changes throughout the weight classes. How the smaller guys, you know, they're kind of flying around the mat, and the bigger guys are looking for more of the trips and the tosses.
Yeah, nobody really has control here. Going to get a potentially dangerous call. Going to reset and go back to neutral position and start over. Score 0-0, 106 weight. Skaggs took a shot.
He's been the aggressor so far.
Yeah, it's a big part of wrestling is controlling the pace of the match. Got a shot in deep. It's might give up two here.
A little bit of a scramble. Taylor ends up on top. He's going to go to work now.
Get your head off the mat. There you go.
Trying to come to his feet. 30 seconds left in this first period. Score is 2-0. Pryor at the edge.
Trying to get some tilt in. Not able to quite get it yet.
Yeah, Damien's fighting that, making sure he didn't give up any near fall points. 13 seconds left. Trying to ride out the rest of this period.
Trying to get a last second escape.
Two seconds left. Into the first period. Pryor 2, Fort Gibson 0. We're going to flip to make a decision on what position we're going to start the second period in. Looks like we're going to choose the down position. Damien doesn't have a lot of mat time this year. He was able to make his way down to Gulf Shores with the team and actually had some success down there with some teams from Alabama, Florida, Tennessee.
That was a pretty tough tournament.
It was a very tough tournament. 27 teams. Fort Gibson came out on top. I was proud of them. That was a big out-of-state win for us. So I believe this is Damien's actual. Well, he had one duel down at Gulf Shores and then the tournament. Going to give up some near fall points here if he's not careful.
Yep, he's going to have to fight right here.
He did a good job of working that off. Did not give up any points, so still 2-0 with 1:18 left in the second period.
Yep, he's just an escape reversal away from being right back in this thing.
Looks like Pryor may be getting a little bit high on that ride. If he can slide out of the backside of that, he'll come up with an easy 2. Working back to under control for Pryor. Still 2-0 with 53 seconds left.
Skaggs trying to get his legs free at the moment. There he goes. He's able to posture up a little bit. Back to almost that starting position.
He's got an opportunity right here if he do something with it.
He's going to have to move quickly. Almost 20 seconds left. Might be able to take a chance here late with time running down.
Yeah, if he can get that wrist free, he's got a chance. He can clear his head. 9 seconds left.
Looks like there he might just ride this one out.
All right, end of the second period. Pryor 2, Fort Gibson, Damien Skaggs 0. Going into the third period. Pryor's going to take the bottom and try to get a quick escape here and rob another point. Damien will take top position. Hopefully get him returned to the mat real quick and go to work. Hopefully get him tilted and get some near fall points. Trying to work leg in. He's got a leg worked in. He's got an opportunity for a position here. He's working to get him tilted. working on trying to lean back. He's going to give up. He's not careful. He's going to have to
He's in a dangerous
squeeze hard.
spot right here. Gets his head out.
Hey, it's a way to fight
close.
a bad position. Gonna work a power half and see if we can get him turned.
Let him go and take him down.
Starting to get him to go just a hair. Looking, might be getting a little high.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the leverage on this. Under 1 minute now in the third period, still 2-0. Going to have to find some points to stay in the match. I don't see anybody really advancing a position here. Somebody's going to have to work or end up with a stalling call or a stalemate.
Yeah, time's getting low. Skaggs going to have to go to work here.
We got a stalling call red warning. He needs to get him.
He's close here. And
We got a full Nelson. That's a penalty. So we are going to give up one there, 3-0.
probably going to have to work for a pin now, down 3 or a takedown.
Well, this might not be a bad thing. If we can get a takedown and get him on his back really quick, which looks like we are going to be short on time.
He's going to have to go.
You got to be clock conscious here, and he's going to run out of time. It's going to end up 4-0. Pryor with the edge there. Decision Pryor for the team. All right, so that was the 106-pounder Damian Skaggs. We're going to trot out our 113. I believe it's probably going to be Cole Horlick for us at Fort Gibson.
Didn't quite get the Pryor wrestler, did they?
For Pryor, we either have Kelly or Burton at 113 is who weighed in. Cole Horlick for the
sure
Tigers.
who they announced. Kind of feeling each other out a little bit.
Yeah, Colt's been wrestling hard this season. Had some bright spots at the Bristow Chuck West tournament. Done well in dual action. Cushing tournament, didn't place, but had a good tournament. And not placing at Cushing is not a bad thing. That is one of the toughest tournaments in the state, in a state that's really good at wrestling.
You know, and for a lot of these kids, as they move towards the end of the season, which we're actually a lot closer than maybe some people even realize.
Yeah.
This mat time's invaluable. The more you're out there, the more experience you gain, and the more comfortable you get out there, and learn something new every time you go out.
Yeah, and we talked earlier about this duel necessarily not meaning much as far as rankings for 4A, 5A, whatnot. But what people don't realize is we get some wins here tonight, and we have some common opponents. So we're in the region seeding meeting and making decisions. Where you're placed in that bracket can have a huge bearing on how you place. And if you get an upset here tonight in certain weights, and they've beat other kids that you have common opponents on, that can help you in seeding and regional, and ultimately help you get on the podium at state.
Horlick close to finishing a takedown here, not quite able to get control yet.
Yeah, they're going to give it to him.
I think they got him, yep.
We've got a potentially dangerous call, so we're going to reset back at the middle. Colt was in possession, or in control, so he'll be on top unless he chooses to cut him. Colt's got the lead for Fort Gibson, 2-0 on this match. Colt, if you watch him wrestle, he's great at riding legs. You've seen him working on that a little bit right here. Can be dangerous when he gets on top and is in control, because he can get you tilted in a hurry.
got to be aware of so many things out there when, you know, you're in that bottom position and, you know, you're working to escape and he's picking an ankle or he's breaking down your arm and running a half in or.
Yeah, and you don't have time to think about what your response is. You've got to do it quick. You've got a reversal for Pryor, so we are knotted up 2-2. 113-pound weight, Colt Horlick with 5 seconds left in the first period.
And that'll do it for period 1. Like you said, all tied up.
Pryor got the choice on the second period. They chose down. Colt will remain on top and go to work and try to score some points.
There he is working for that leg control right there.
Yeah, he's like I said, he's good about getting a leg in and either running a power half or doing what he can to gain leverage to get him turned over. Saw a little bit of it right there. Pryor's doing a good job of defending that. He's working on leverage to get him tilted, just not quite able to get him a count.
So working, kind of making circles out there.
Yeah, trying to peel it. Pryor's trying to peel that leg off. If he can get that left arm tucked under, he'll have a chance to get him tilted. Got to be careful here. You lose position and you give up 2. Pryor's really close to gaining control.
Looks like
Colt
trying
gets a
to
little too
reset
high.
a little bit.
40 seconds on the clock in the second period. Got a stalemate call. Nobody really could gain position from where they were, so they're going to reset to the middle. Might not be a bad thing for us. Go ahead and get a better position, a better
he was
grip.
getting close to that
Yeah.
point of no return right there.
Colt's still trying to work his legs in. Colt doesn't have control of his wrist, costing him a little bit of leverage. He's working to regain it. 6 seconds left in the second period, 2-2. Ended up with a really good match here. That is the end of action in the second period. Going on to the third, it will be Colt's decision what position he wants to start this period in. He has chosen the down position, hoping for a quick escape.
Most guys, at least so far tonight, 2 matches are selecting down, and that's to get those reversal points or possibly get that escape point. Still 1 away right there.
Yeah, especially in a close match like this. Sometimes if you can get your legs under, get your feet on the mat, you can rob that 1 point, then you're in pretty good position. Got a chance at 2 right there.
Just working to get his head out. He's close. There he goes. Colt Horlick, 2 points for the reversal there. Minute 15 left in this period.
You know, here's where he's reaching back. It's not always a good thing to do. Could have given up some
he's going to have to be
there.
careful. Looks like he might have
He's going to give up some near fall points. Colt's going to grab 2 or 3 here.
Tough little scramble
And
right
he gave
there.
up 2. 2-2. I don't think he ever ended up getting near fall points in there. Couldn't keep him for another count and gave up position.
Tough position right here for both guys.
Yeah.
Looks like a
Colt could slip around if he can get turned. He can get 2 here. I believe it's a 4-4 match right now.
Yes, I think we're having a little scoreboard problem.
17 seconds left in the third period. I believe it's 4-4.
Checks the clock. He's got one last chance to make a move. He might just ride this one out for overtime.
That's the end of regulation. I believe it's 4-4, so we are going to go into an extra period. Well, Coach Tolbert breaking out a pretty new mat tonight. Second time we've ever used it.
Looks good.
Courtesy of the 2023 bond issue. Thanks to voters in Fort Gibson for overwhelmingly supporting the bond issue, and allows us to do things like this, amongst many, many others. But very appreciative to have the resources to supply things like this for our kids.
Yep, and it looks good on the screen.
Yeah.
But I can tell you it looks really good in person.
Yes, it does. And if you ever spend time on wrestling mats, when you walk on it, wrestlers have to feel good, because things you don't realize, they lose density over time.
Right.
They become pretty brittle and hard and not fun to wrestle on.
Oh, there you go. Heavy, heavy. Move.
Shot a single leg. He got in deep, going for a power double.
He's going to have to work.
Gave up two. Wrestling overtime rules. This first period, first man scores. That's it. So ended up giving up a decision on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to head on to the 120-pound. David Farmer for Fort Gibson. And I'm not sure if they trotted out Mr. Kelly or Mr. Burton on this one. 6-0 team score. Pryor with the edge right now.
Doing a little hand checking, hand fighting right now. Feeling each other out.
Try to find an opportunity to take a shot. Get your head out and you got two. Dave sometimes likes to get a leg in and try to get a tilt or reach around and grab a cradle. And we could use a pin here. Pin in high school will give us 6 points, and that would tie it up.
Yep.
And we really need that. That's one we're going to have to grab. Just to win with 3 helps us. But on these lower weights, it'd be nice to go ahead and grab a couple 6-point wins.
And even the matchup going forward, and get some energy back into the Fort Gibson Tigers.
At the 1 minute mark in the first period, score 2-0 Fort Gibson.
Looks like he is trying to set up that cradle here.
40 seconds. He's trying to get him turned, just didn't have the leverage. .29 seconds. If he's going to get it, he's going to have to do it in this position pretty quick.
Left, still not able to find it just yet.
All right, out of bounds, 11 seconds left. Reset back in the center. Fort Gibson with top position.
Forward, forward.
Looks like there's not going to be too much going here. They get out the first. Still working position. After one, Farmer take a 2-0 lead into the second period.
All right. Fort Gibson gets the decision on what position it would be in second period. Fort Gibson chooses down, hoping for a quick escape. Tries to circle. He's in position to get a point here. You just got to finish it. And he does. 1 point. Fort Gibson 3, Pryor 0. Chance at a takedown now is where we need to get a good position. A good takedown, a good position to get a pin. Get the team back in this. Trying to find an opening to get in there and grab a leg.
Elbow.
You get elbows in, he can snap him and slide around. Grabs a double, doesn't quite get deep enough.
Was able to snag one leg earlier, then work around for the takedown points, but
Yeah, got his
not
head,
able to quite find it right here.
head down on that one. .40 seconds left in the second period. David's in trouble. Gave him a single leg there, but if he can break that and end up with a cradle out of it,
Hips, push.
he's going to end up with 2 if he can slide that leg out of there. Still nobody has control, so no points awarded yet.
Not looking for the takedown here, looking for some points possible pin.
Yeah, this is where you got to be careful. You got to keep a strong hold on this. You end up getting reversed and you're on your back. But he's going to get some near fall points out of it. That's 3. Got him tilted enough. Got 3 points out of that. Looks like it is 8-0. Start of the third period.
Farmer's still going to be looking for that pin here and those ever important 6 points. See how aggressive he gets, even with an 8-point lead.
Yeah, we're in the major decision area. That's only 4. We're going to need more than that if we can find a position to get it done. Just keep wrestling aggressive, control the tempo, and a lot of people don't think wrestling's a team sport, but it is. I've seen some of the best matches I've seen are scenarios where you just need to go out there and not get pinned for the team.
Yep.
Give up 3 instead of give up 6, and sometimes those are huge victories.
That's kind of a tough situation to be in when
Oh, it is.
the
but-
team's asking you just to go
Yeah,
not
just
get
don't get
pinned.
pinned. Some of the best matches and duels I've seen were those situations where it came down to the end. You might have a lead of 3 or 4, and you just stay off your back and your team wins it.
Yeah, one thing I like about duels too, and as the weights go through and the night progresses, you can kind of feel the crowd get a little more intense as it goes along, as it kind of gets near that, especially if the duel's close.
Yeah.
You kind of feel that intensity. And being a bigger guy myself, I kind of like watching those heavyweights wrestle to decide the fate of the duel,
Yeah. Yeah, and you can tell because a lot of times in high school we just start at 106 and work our way up, but you'll get in dual state or even regionals, or not regionals, but districts. And sometimes they'll start at different weights where your 106 may be your last match, and those lighter kids haven't always been in that position.
Right.
So it's an experience for them. It's a win for Fort Gibson, 8-0. It'll be a major decision for the Tigers. Didn't get the pin we thought we needed, but we got points.
Did cut into the lead a little bit.
Chip away at it. I believe that brings the team score Fort Gibson 4, Pryor 6.
I believe up next for Fort Gibson will be David Undaunted.
David Undaunted for 1 at 126. We're Daxton Thomas, but it looks like David Undaunted is coming out. Lane Young for Pryor. Lane Young and David Undaunted.
Big senior night here for Mr. Undaunted.
Yeah, it'd be good to go out with a win on senior night, wouldn't it? David goes in. You know, David had wrestled long. I believe this is his second year. But he has gotten really good on his feet. You know, you look at that right there, and a lot of confidence. Take a quick shot, grab a leg, and get a guy to the ground. And has gotten better and better technically in a top position or even a down position. But yeah, he scrambles even with the best of them right now. If he had a few more years under his belt, the technique would come along. You know, even really strong guys sometimes get beat by folks that aren't as strong just because they're so technical. And this is a game of angles and leverage.
See what he can do here from the top position. Still working from his takedown really from earlier. They got knocked off the mat a little bit.
He's got an arm tucked under there. If he can keep him off his feet, he might get him tilted. He's getting close to it. If my arm was in that position, I wouldn't move it for a month.
Yeah. Oh. I don't think I'd be the biggest fan.
Keeping good hand control. Just not quite able. 15 seconds left in the end or in the first. Can't quite get him turned.
Looks like he's trying to set up some sort of a cradle here. Maybe trying to steal a few points here at the end. Not able to get it to go. At this point, really just needs to secure the round. No reverse.
Didn't give up a
No
point
escape.
there, so into the first. David 2, Undaunted for Fort Gibson. Pryor 0.
Dodge shuts down a shot for the moment. He's going to find him a leg.
Going to grab 2 right there. Kind of in the same position he was in. He's got good control of the elbow. Just can't quite get him over. If he can get a leg in, he's got a chance.
There he goes. Rolls him up.
He
Needs some points right now.
might grab 6 points for the team if he can hold it. Going to come up a little short of that, but he's going to get 3 near fall points, it looks like.
Rolls him again. Just got to get him stable down there for a second. Hopefully try and get a pin.
He's got 3 near fall points coming over his way. Really close to getting the pin. So the ref's going to go ahead and give the official signal. Going to put 3 up, so it's 7-0. Fort Gibson, David Undaunted.
As he said, David prefers to be on his feet most times. He does let him up and goes in for another takedown.
He's about to get 2 more. He's got to break that arm. As long as he's got control of that leg, it's going to be hard to give him, award it to him. There he goes. I think we ended up out of bounds before we got the 2, so came up just a little bit short. Definitely in control, but ran out of real estate.
Another quick shot from Undaunted.
He's got that single wrapped up. Take him to the mat and got 2. Brings it to 9-1. David Undaunted with a commanding lead. Working on a major decision as we wrap up the last 10 seconds in the second period. It'll be another 4 points for the Tigers of Fort Gibson, which would put us in a lead.
Let him wrestle there for a second.
.7. We're basically going to blow 2 whistles here, one to start and one to end it. Run into the third period. David Undaunted with Fort Gibson Tigers 9, Pryor 1. Pryor's got the top position this period.
Yeah, at this point, they're really searching for a pin, you know, the points being where they're at.
David's really working on a reversal.
Kick out. Kick.
Could watch a... Yeah, there we go. We got one. Going to reset, and this is where David likes to be.
Snaps
Got
down
his
into it.
arms locked almost like he's going for a cradle.
The cradle, yeah, right out of the snap down
Yeah,
there.
we've got a head inside cradle working here. He's got a leg in to get him tilted. This could be a good position if we finish it.
Yep, he's got some time to work here. Just down there a minute and a half.
Pryor's got an elbow there that keeping him from being turned, but we got that elbow tucked under briefly. David's going to reset.
There he goes again. He got the head and the leg. Not able to quite get that one secured, but he still got the leg.
12-2. Fort Gibson's David Undaunted with the lead. Had a chance at 2 more points there. Didn't quite get it done. You know, if we can work this up just a little bit, we could end up with a technical fall, which would be 5 points for the team, which would be very helpful. Dave's got 1 minute left to work. Needs to come up with 5 points to get us there.
He's going to have to work to spin around behind him, really get a lot of control. Not quite there yet. There he goes.
2, so there's 2 points of the 5 that we need. If we can get him turned for a 3 count or a 5 count, we're going to get 3 points, and that would put us in the technical fall range. Should be an extra point for the team.
20 seconds left to go now. Still working for those few extra points or possibly the pin.
He's working on a cradle. Don't know that he can get it from that position.
Got the tilt there. 5 seconds left.
He's got enough time to get it. He's got 2. He needs 1 more point. He's got to get him turned briefly. They issued 2 more. We'll see where it ends up from a team perspective. That point's almost like missing an extra point.
Right.
You know, hopefully we don't need it at the end or down the stretch, but that's a great win for David Undaunted. Proud of him. That's a good way to end the season.
Wins are still good.
That's a great way to
we'll give a quick shout out. Some of our sponsors here: Local Bank, Trucks for You, American Legion, Frank Glad, Post number 20, Armstrong Bank, Bravado Wireless, Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Keith Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Zomac School of Music, Jeff Walker at Edward Jones, Max Drive-In, Tiger's Den, Burrow Post Frame Supply, Dr. Cord and Dr. Kimberly Durosset, G&H Outdoor Services, Green Country Lanes at Muskogee Skate Center, Michelle Mackey at Chenoweth & Cohen, New Direction Dental and Sleep Care, Simple Simon's Pizza, Sticks 4 Mile Stop, and Sticks Fort Quick Stop. Appreciate you guys for supporting Fort Gibson Tiger Athletics and TigerVision. And now we got
Trenton Bell.
Trenton Bell's out there.
Yep. Trenton Bell at our 132 for Fort Gibson, and Joe Ketcher of Pryor. Trenton's had a great year. Second place at Cushing Tournament. Potentially dangerous move right there. It happens sometimes. No points awarded to anybody. Trenton's aggressive. And great tournament down at Gulf Shores. Great tournament in Bristow. Great tournament in Cushing. He's just had a good year. Trenton's a pretty good technician. He's fun to watch. Sometimes you think maybe he's out of position, and all of a sudden, kid's on his back.
A lot of mat time.
Yeah, yep. He has put in the work.
You know, sophomore year too, and getting the feel for varsity wrestling and stepping up into the varsity ranks and starting to get a feel for it and get comfortable out there.
You know, Coach, you read the sponsors off. We're fortunate to live in a community that have that many people that jump in to help sponsor things like TigerVision, wrestling, baseball, football, academics, everything we do. Not everybody's that fortunate. We don't take that for granted.
Yeah, it really is everything too.
It is.
It's amazing.
A 2-1 match here. Trenton Bell with the edge. Goes in for a quick takedown almost has control, just awarded it to him. Now 3-1. Trenton going to work. Got him turned, going to start getting some near fall points. 15 seconds left on the clock. Going to grab 3 more there.
Sets it back up. Got 5 to go.
Looks like we're going to wrap up the end of the first period with Trenton Bell 7 and Pryor 1. Pryor's going to cut him and let him up. Pryor elected to go ahead and give the escape point to Trenton. So Trenton's 8. Joe Ketcher for Pryor 1.
Strategic move there, trying to avoid a reversal, or just kind of feel better in the neutral position for them?
Yeah, you know, Coach obviously has probably watched a lot of film.
Bell's close here too, Pin, sorry.
Yep, they know they're wrestling a pretty good wrestler and thought they'd put their kid in the best position, but Trenton just comes out on top on that one.
First 6 of the night for Fort Gibson.
Yeah.
Trenton Bell.
Trenton with the pin, that definitely helps the team.
And on to the next one. One thing I really enjoy about these wrestling duels, it is fast and furious. There's not a lot of time in between the matches, and the action's nonstop.
Nope, they keep them going. Coming out on the mat for Pryor's Greg Jefferson. Coming out for Fort Gibson. We actually had three kiddos weighed in: Landon Lane, Rake Wilson, and Hudson Nafis. Hudson gets the nod tonight, so Nafis will be wrestling, representing Fort Gibson at 138 pounds. Looks like Greg Jefferson's wearing the protective mask. I would imagine wrestling's a pretty brutal sport. Sometimes you get a cross face and the eye gets cut or a nose gets messed up. And he's had some injury, which allows him the opportunity to wear that mask. Both fighting some hand control, trying to gain position or an opportunity to take a shot. Tries to duck under unsuccessfully. Hudson did a good job of defending that and staying in position. Work on the side snap. Hudson pushes into him. Can't grab a leg.
You know, it looks like nothing too much is going on, but both guys are shooting and working positions right here.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time just
they're shutting each other down as well.
Making quick decisions on the fly. At the 32nd mark in the first period, still 0-0. Hudson reaches in, grabs a leg. He's got an opportunity here, but he's got to finish.
Yeah, lifts that up.
See if he can hold the leg and maybe get a trip. Pryor's trying to get out of bounds.
Hudson snaps him
and they
down.
didn't get it done.
2-point takedown there. Nice job.
You know what people might not see there is how good of a job Hudson did keeping him in. You hear coaches a lot of time, you can't tell your people to get out of bounds because that could be a stalling call.
Right.
A lot of times you hear them say, know where you're at, which is basically saying get out of bounds.
A little bit of gamesmanship.
Yes, it is. And Hudson did a good job of keeping him in, not giving up the extra real estate, so we can go ahead and grab 2 for the team for himself.
He'll start on top here. Really the first kind of on-the-mat action of this match. I'm going to check that protective mask, make sure it's on securely, looks like.
Yeah, I've never worn one of those, so I don't know how uncomfortable they are, but it's got to be different.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'd be super comfortable.
It almost looks like you could borrow one for Halloween.
Yes.
Hudson.
Have to be careful here.
Hudson started out in a good position, gave up a little leverage, and gives up 2. But he's still got an opportunity
He's
to keep
working for two
working.
himself.
He is. He might have this reversed if he can.
Got to get that leg through.
Just don't end up on your back.
Nothing going just yet for Mr. Nafis. There he goes. There's the 2. And they're going to get thrown into the Pryor cheerleaders.
They did not award it.
Oh.
They ended up giving the escape instead of the reversal. I think we ran out of mat. Still trying to get the clock where it's supposed to be. It's going to be 3-2. Hudson and Nafis for Fort Gibson with the slight edge right now.
Shuts down another shot opportunity there from Pryor.
One minute mark in the second period.
Under a minute now. Hudson so far pretty good defensively on his feet. Kind of got his head down there, and not all he had was to shoot.
Anything happens from this position if we're not careful.
Yep. It's
Gave
close.
up 2 and we're on her back.
He's got 10 seconds to survive this one.
In
Got to
the
really
second
hit a good
period.
bridge here. Keep
4.
that shoulder up.
Hudson's fighting it off. Looks like he's going to be able to make
There
it
he
to the
goes.
end of the period.
Survived it.
3 points near fall for Pryor, which is going to bring the score Hudson Nafis of Fort Gibson 3 and Pryor 7 going into the third period. A big swing right there, but it's not something we can't overcome.
Yes, he's shown he can score. He's going to have to get 4 here, at least.
Clock's not set.
There it goes. A couple seconds late. We'll get a few little free wrestling.
Yeah, we might need it. You never know. Hudson's almost getting cradled. You got to kick out of that, or he's going to end up giving up some back points. Nafis pinned by Greg Jefferson of Pryor. It's going to be 16 points for Pryor. Score is 14 for Gibson. Pryor 12.
Got 20 on blue.
Heading on to 144 pounds. Got a pretty solid wrestler, senior for Fort Gibson trotting out here, Jaden Johnson. Jaden's had a great year, Coach.
Really enjoyed watching him wrestle the past 4 years.
Yeah, several-time state qualifier and placer. Expecting big things again this year at 144 pounds in 4A for Jaden Johnson. Looks like he's got Stetson Matheson of Pryor. Jaden doing what Jaden does, grabbing a leg and taking him to the mat.
Now, every time I've seen Jaden wrestle, and it hasn't been the most, but he always sets up a move I can only call the banana split. And it seems like that's one of his go-tos.
Yeah, you know the official term on that is spladle.
Spladle.
But I
There we
like
go.
banana split better. That's what I've always called it too. And it really looks like a painful position
Yes.
to be the recipient of.
You know, I've been in it one time when I was in junior high, and I didn't wrestle much after that. If we're just being honest. But it brings me joy to see Jaden Johnson do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. We'll see if he gets one set up here.
You know, this is something that's fun to watch Jaden do. He's so technical when he gets legs in and gets control of an arm to get somebody tilted, and he'll just work you, grabbing points here and there. It's already 7-1 in the first period. 1 minute left. He's had a great high school career.
Towards his head! Towards his head!
Probably not going to get a pin from this position, but we're definitely going to have an opportunity to grab 3 more points. Puts it 10-1.
Yep. It's interesting to watch, too, how he gets the points and then resets and tries to grab a few more.
Yep. Could get a pin from this position. He's close to it, and he's
There
going
he
to
goes. Jaden Johnson, pin on senior night.
That's a good way to end senior night for him. 6 more points for the team. Great job for Jaden Johnson. £150 up next for the Fort Gibson Tigers, Braylon McComb.
Got to point out, I'm a big fan of Braylon McComb's walkout song.
That's pretty good.
The Imperial Death March from Star Wars. He let me know this afternoon in class that's what it was going to be.
That's what it was going to be, huh?
I got pretty excited.
You know, Braylon doesn't have a lot of matches under his belt from a career perspective. But if I told you he's only wrestled a couple years, you probably wouldn't believe me by watching him, just because he does a great job and a great kid.
Yep,
Hard
and
worker.
we saw the same thing on the football field with him this year. And he really had a breakout season, running the football and playing some defense as well. And it's because he puts the work in.
Yeah.
And it's been fun to watch his development, not only on the football field but here on the mat as well.
Yeah, and you know he's not a senior, as we recognize senior night tonight, but he kind of carries himself like one.
Yes.
Just a mature kid and works hard and tries to do things right. He's a strong kid. This is a position you could give up some points in, but Braylon's strong enough that he might be able to fight it off. Where technique could come in handy. He just didn't have as much mat time, but he's definitely a strong kid.
Going to have to scramble here on bottom. He's in a dangerous position.
Gives up 2 points for sure. Just got to keep his shoulder blades off for a minute, not give up the pin. Gives up the pin there at 150 pounds. Be 6 points for Pryor as a team. Team score right now, Fort Gibson 20, Pryor 18. £157. Got Jaden Johnson, the young Jaden Johnson.
Other Jaden Johnson.
Yeah.
They're both the other Jaden Johnson.
Yeah, they are. We've got a lot of different names for him. The older one, the younger one. This is the younger one. We used to call him Little Jaden Johnson, but he's actually bigger.
Yes.
So we've had to change the vernacular a little
bit.
bit.
He had a growth spurt about a year or so ago. And
yes, he did. So
saw him over the summer, and I was like, oh, all right.
Jaden Johnson at 157 for Fort Gibson, and I don't know if it's Caden Rice or Xander Kelso. I didn't hear what was announced. 2 weighed in there.
Close duel so far as we start moving up the weight classes.
Pryor reaches deep for a ankle pick, doesn't quite get it. Jaden's working to get position. They keep circling.
Big time scramble
here.
He's
got to be careful here. He's going to give up 2. And he's going to give up 2 there. No harm right now. We are out of bounds, so we're going to reset in the center. Jaden will be down. Coach Johnson inquiring with the official about position on the mat and were we out of position or not, and should the 2 points be awarded. Jaden getting set in the center. Ready for a whistle.
All right, back to action here. Jaden Johnson on the bottom position. He's going to get a quick escape. Back to work on their feet here.
Jaden's fighting off a deep shot there. Got good control of that leg. If he can keep it, he can slide around here and grab two.
There he goes, got two.
We need a mat return here. Try to keep control and not give up one. We're going to give up the one. It's going to be 3-2.
Back to the feet. Close one right here, tied up. 45 seconds left to go in the first. Couple of takedowns for each wrestler. Matched with a couple of escapes.
Got a deep shot in the leg. Jaden needs to hang on. Might end up out of bounds here. Might work out in our favor if we could get out of bounds. Gets to his belly.
He still got a leg, yep.
Which is good. 20 seconds left. Going to have to hang on. We can remember where he's at and get out. That's good. Jaden works his way off the regulation side of the mat. Let us re-center in a neutral position. Pryor's been pretty aggressive at taking shots. Jaden's done a good job of defending it.
And that's the end of one. All tied up here.
Pryor, or Fort Gibson chooses the down position. Jaden's been successful. Got locked hands. We're going to get a point here. Can't lock your hands in that position, so that's a penalty point for Fort Gibson. Jaden 4 for Fort Gibson, Pryor 3.
Trying to work to his feet. Gets shut down on the first attempt. Jaden able to build his base back right there after being flat on his stomach. Now trying to work a escape. He's got 1 foot up.
Right in that position, you look at a Peterson or sit out, and he just tried to sit out. If he can get a little feet under him, got an opportunity for a point. He's done a good job of getting his feet on the mat. Here's another example. And
there he goes. Another point, Jaden Johnson.
That's good, little cushion. Just a 2-point lead with just under a minute in the second period.
Another shot there from Pryor.
Another deep shot, but Jaden is
not quite gave it up just yet.
Gonna have to hang on.
So got to be careful here, getting into a rough position.
Nobody has control yet.
He still got that foot.
Ref gives him control. We're in a bad position.
Flips it to a half. Gonna get some points here.
We're knotted up 5-5, 27 seconds left. Jaden battling to keep his shoulders off the mat. Giving up a count here. Not enough for, well, just enough for points now.
Good bridge there from Johnson, able to get back to his stomach.
Gave up 3, but didn't give up the pin.
And he's almost got himself an escape.
6 seconds left.
Needs to work for some points right here.
If he can break the arm and step around, he's got 2. We're going to run out of time. Into the second period. Jaden Johnson, Fort Gibson 5, Pryor 8. Pryor's going to choose a down position. Jaden needs to go to work on top here. getting close to a stalemate here because nobody's really able to advance a position. And he's going to go ahead and blow the whistle and reset this thing at the center of the mat, let him go to work. Looks like Jaden's going to cut him and let him have one. And
try and go 2 for 1 here.
Go to the neutral position and go to work on it. Knowing we've got limited time to work with, we need to grab some points. And Jaden's plenty capable of getting it done. Just finding that opportunity. We're looking at a hip toss, didn't work out in his favor and gave up 2. Jaden reaches back and grabs a leg. Not going to be able to hang on to it. Got to go to work at the bottom position. 1 minute left in the third period. Down 6, now down 5.
Oh, stumbles out of the break.
Yeah.
Ends up getting 2 more there. Might have got his feet tripped up there.
Yeah, just got his feet tripped up and cost him 2. He's working to get 1 more and get a reversal. Pull that leg in and get ahead on top. 13-6 Pryor with the lead right now.
Yep, really needs control of that leg. Wants to avoid a pin too. Eight seconds left to go. Pryor trying to find a pin here. Not going to be able to.
Pryor 13, Jake Johnson for Gibson 6. Final at the 157-pound weight. A few points on the Pryor side there. You know, that was good work on Jaden to keep that out of the major decision. That saved the team a point. I only gave up 3 instead of giving up 4. 165 pound. Probably going to try out our senior Dakota Odell, who's had a great year, getting better every week. Versus Kendall Kelly of Pryor. So Dakota Odell of Fort Gibson, Kendall Kelly of Pryor. 165-pound match is underway. You know, I've watched Dakota quite a bit over the last 2 years. I think one of his favorite moves, I've kind of nicknamed it the Odell.
It's a great name.
As strong as he is, he loves a good headlock and a hip toss. He's been pretty effective with it at times.
Be something to watch for here. See if he can set it up. And looks like he's
looking
trying
at the
to
headlock
right now.
And he's going to get a hip toss if he can. Just don't slide underneath it and you end up on bottom. He almost had the move there, just couldn't quite get him off balance. Tried to snap him there. Push on him a little bit and then pull him right underneath him. Almost had it done to him. We're out of bounds.
Really out of bounds.
Yeah, almost ended up on the bench.
Gym floor, yep.
0-0, minute 12 left in the first.
Locks up again.
He's going to grab 2
There's
there.
2 right there for him. Not quite the hip toss, but
no, it's 2 points.
Same amount. Yeah, it's worth the same amount.
Yeah, he's going to grind to see if he can find a way to run a half and get him tilted a little bit. Got a hold of the elbow or wrist, which is a good start.
You know, there's a lot of cool ways to get your opponent on his back, but I don't think there's anything I like more than the old half Nelson.
Yeah, he's
still works.
He's working on a power half here. Almost got a chicken wing.
He's gonna have to reset. There he goes.
Still got that hand in on a half. Trying to crank him over.
Pryor doing a good job locking down his leg right there. He's going to have to get that out before he can start running anything.
Run leg in!
Into the first period. Mr. Odell with a lead, 2-0. Pryor's got a decision to make. They're going to defer, and they're going to let Fort Gibson make a decision on who's going to take position. And Mr. Odell's going to choose a neutral position and go for a takedown.
Had some success early, getting control of the wrist, and he got an underhook in right now. Not able to get anything going just yet.
Pryor shoots in pretty deep. Kyle's got it.
Nice job there catching that one. He's going to get some points.
If he can get his head lifted, he's got a chance to get a pin here. Going to have to lift the head.
And he got it. There's Dakota Odell.
Senior.
Another
Dakota Odell.
senior night pin.
Good way to end a senior night in front of your home crowd. All right, we're looking at 175 pounds coming up. Looks like James Reed coming out. I need to wear my glasses because I can't see it that well, but I think that's James Reed.
Yes.
It is James. Okay, and then Cade Edmonds for Pryor.
Good one here. The team scoring has been back and forth all night. Couple of lead changes in the last couple matches.
You know, Coach, we thought it would be that way when you got number 8, 5A, number 8, 4A.
Yep.
There's some pretty tough wrestling in both of those classes, so good position for both teams to be in. Thought it might be a good one.
James going to get taken down there. Have to fight for position, look for an escape or a reversal.
Yeah, I think this kid from Pryor, I looked at him in track wrestling a little bit. I think he's got quite a bit of mat time. He's had a pretty successful year so far. So James going to have his work cut out for him, but James, great kid, can do it. Trying to keep some leverage where he's not giving up near fall points. Trying to circle a little bit of a chicken wing around.
Yep.
James is fighting it off.
Got that opposite elbow posted up.
Got his hand out.
Look where you're at. Lay it ball now.
Almost to the point where we're out of regulation space to wrestle. Wouldn't be surprised. Ref blows a whistle here pretty quick, puts us in the middle.
There it goes.
Might be a good thing for James.
Yeah, he was in a tough spot and able to survive that.
Hey, credit to him. Fight that off. Here we are back in the center of the mat. 30 seconds left in the first period. Fort Gibson.
He's going to have to scramble again.
Tries to help us back. Giving up near fall points right here. Just to keep your shoulder blades off the mat.
It's going to be tough for the ref to see.
Pryor with the pin. Going to be 6 points Pryor, so I believe that brings it up to 27.
Yep. Another lead change.
26. Another lead change. I should have been keeping a tally of how many lead changes because there's been several.
I'm going to say 3.
3?
No idea if that's correct.
We'll go back and watch the tape. £190 or 75? 190 pounds. We're going to wrestle Zach Cushman here. Zach's a underclassman coming in, having a good year.
Yep.
Giving up a lot of weight here. I think Zach weighed in at 173.6 pounds. So we're giving up some weight, but Zach's done a good job when he's had to wrestle up a little bit.
Yes, and that's kind of been the story of his athletic career as far as I've been around. You know, in football, he's an offensive and defensive lineman.
Yeah.
And he's definitely one of the smaller guys out there, but
he knows how to handle it.
Yes, he's got a lot of fight, a lot of grit. Let's see what he can do here tonight on the mat. Those things usually transferable wherever you go.
Absolutely. His opponent, I didn't hear, is either Josh Lunk or Chris Cooper.
I believe it was Chris Cooper. I don't want to misspeak or anything like that. I believe they announced Chris Cooper. So sorry at home if I got that wrong if you're watching this back. Couple roll-throughs there for both wrestlers.
Kind of reminded me of some freestyle action.
Big crossface there.
Trying
Sets
to work
up a
on
cradle.
a cradle.
He's going to have to fight here. Going to give up a lot of points. Do not want to give up the pin.
Give up 3 there, but he's still alive and going.
Couple more points for Pryor.
20 seconds left in the first. Zach's got to keep battling. Get in a new position and start over.
He's got some wrist action right there. Started making some progress at the buzzer.
End of the first period. Pryor 5. Zach Cushman to Fort Gibson 0. Fort Gibson has a choice here after the deferral. Zach's going to choose a neutral position. Takes a
Shot
quick
off
shot.
the whistle.
Quick shot. He's still battling. No harm, no foul there.
I like the aggressiveness there.
I do too. You know, a big part of wrestling is controlling the tempo, just like any sport. And when you come out and do that, you kind of got them on their heels. Strong power double by Pryor. Zach's fighting it off the best he can. Hanging on. Got a 2-point takedown for Pryor, 7-0. We got locked hands for Pryor. We're going to give up a point there, so Zach's got 1, 7-1. Reset back in the middle.
Trying to rip that elbow out.
Trying to run that half, get his head ducked under. Zach's doing a good job of staying strong. You know, it's got to be tough when you're giving up 20 pounds, 15 anyway.
Well, and Zach's done a great job in the weight room this year, and, you know, that's helped him a ton. And getting after it in there.
Hard work pays off.
Throws his hips out, almost works his way to an escape, but gets shut down. It's got a good base going right now.
Zach still fighting with 10 seconds left in the second period. Pryor with the lead 7-1 in this match.
Yep, better job there at the end of the period of not necessarily being able to get an escape or reversal, but, you know, being in control of yourself on bottom.
Yeah, and this is another one of those times that Zach's in a position where it's just a decision right now. Keep fighting, not give up too many points, and even if you come up short, you're not giving up a major decision or a tech or a pin. So doing what he can do.
He's going to go work on top here to start the third, trying to break down that left arm.
Trying to reach in for a cradle. Going to give up 2 there.
They're going to give the points.
Make it 9-1.
He's able to get to his feet. Going to have to turn, and there's an escape for Cushman.
1, so big point there.
Set him up and shoots. And
Big
gets a leg.
shot.
See if he's going to be able to finish this. He's got to work around for control.
Keep spinning. Keep turning.
Good ball here from Pryor. Not able to keep control of the leg, and he's going to end up spinning for the takedown.
Digging deep to try to get that cradle started. I think Zach's going to be able to fight that one off. Scores 11-2. Pryor with the edge.
You know, and you're just one mistake away from ending up on top in an advantageous position. Even with 40 seconds left, anything can happen.
Absolutely. That's one thing about the sport. You can be down 14 and still win. Get a quick pin.
Gonna have to find a way to give himself a chance here with 30 seconds left. At the same time, you don't want to get caught for a pin either.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now you're giving up 4 instead of giving up 6.
All part of that almost chess match that goes on between the teams. Ten seconds remain in this one.
Looks like this is where we're going to end up. Pryor 11, Zach Cushman at Fort Gibson 2. Is a good, hard-fought match.
Good learning experience there for Cushman.
Oh, absolutely.
Still a very young wrestler.
Absolutely. Now we're going into the last 2 matches, Coach, and we got Kyle Wright coming out at 2:15. Kyle had a great week down in Gulf Shores, won the tournament, as did Stevie Vafeas coming out at our heavyweight. So,
yep, going to be exciting 2 matches.
It is.
To finish this one off.
Team score, Fort Gibson 26, Pryor 31, going into the last 2 bouts of the night.
And here we go.
Aiden Wolf versus Kyle Rye. Aiden Wolf Pryor, Kyle Rye Fort Gibson. 215 pounds.
Just got to sneak that head out.
2 points Pryor awarded. Kyle
And there
gets
he
a
goes.
quick reversal. Knotted up 2-2. Kyle just got a little off balance on that shot and gave up 2, but he quickly recovered.
Never lost his, never lost control though. Really,
No.
stayed
no.
in a pretty good position. He's going to try
Kyle
and roll
up
him
for a
here,
turn.
and he's got him.
He's getting a count right now. Looks like he's past the 2-point count. Had to do a 3-point count, so he's going to end up with a 5-2 lead at the moment.
Yep. And there he resets him.
And he's going to go to work and try to get some more.
Yep, he's in a good spot here. Going to try and stretch him out. Kyle does have some length on him. Just gonna have to get control right here, and he's going to be in a great spot.
Ref's got a count started.
He's close.
Looks like he's going to get him 2, I believe. We'll see what he awards. 3. We'll take it. 8-2. Kyle Rye of Fort Gibson with the lead.
Rye back to work on top here. Gets a leg in.
Working to break him down and get him flat on the mat. Reaching for a little bit of a, trying to get him turned.
Almost got him. Might run out of time here by the time he gets it done. And he does get a little bit.
He
right.
had him down, just ran out of time.
Just needed another second, I believe.
Gibson had the selection, but they defer. They send it to Pryor. Pryor says, let's go neutral and see what happens. Reaches in deep, doesn't quite get it done, but slips around and gets 2.
Yep.
Ten to 2. A minute and a half left in the second period. Fort Gibson with the lead in this bout.
Jump to your left. Oh, catch that wrist. He's fighting. Outside.
Got the half in.
He's got him on his
And
back.
he's got him on his
got a
back now,
chance for
Kyle
6
Wright.
points. He's going to get it.
And he's going to get it. Good job, Kyle Wright.
Coach, you said it earlier.
Another lead change.
You said it earlier that you like it when it comes down to the
I
end.
told you, this is my element right here.
And we are at heavyweight with Fort Gibson 32, Pryor 31. Stevie Vafeas is going to march out here for the Fort Gibson Tigers. For the tournament or for the duel. This is going to be it. Noah Cowan coming out.
All right, here we go. Crowd getting into it a little bit.
Vafeas is another one that's had some success this year. Won the tournament down at Gulf Shores. Voted best match down there, Coach. He and another kid from Alabama had it was a great match. Went the distance. Stevie came out on top on that, winning the tournament. Coaches selected best match of the tournament, and he won.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. In fact, Fort Gibson came home with every award there. Team trophy, a lot of individual trophies. Outstanding wrestler was Jaden Johnson, and best match was Stevie Vafeas.
Everybody loves the heavyweight matches.
Yeah, they're fun. Stevie likes to time up.
Yep, feeling each other out a little bit.
Yep, control some elbows and try to take an opportunity to get him to the mat.
Yep, a lot of tie-ups, a lot of locks, underhooks. Different style of wrestling from the smaller guys. Oh,
no points
takedown,
awarded.
no control. And we're out of bounds.
Almost gave up 2 there, but we knew where we were and took advantage of it. Still neutral. Stevie tries to shoot hard. Double.
And they're back to the out.
Got to watch the hip toss there. Still 0-0. Approaching
and here we go, tie up. Nothing going there.
Right at 30 seconds left in the first period.
Cowan looks for a shot there from Pryor. Not able to find it. 15 seconds left.
Gonna get a little reset there.
8.9 left. See if somebody takes a last second shot. Looks like they're going to be okay. 0-0 going into the second.
Take a knee and go to the second,
yeah.
Huh?
We'll see some wrestling on the mat here now.
Yeah, haven't seen much of that in this match.
Oh.
Got a caution. Left just a little early.
A couple of drag racers trying to get the green light.
No harm there as long as you don't do it again. Stevie looking for a mat return here. Cowan looking for an escape point.
Oh my goodness, they're running all across the mat.
Stevie.
And he's almost got it. Not quite, gonna give up a reversal there.
Pryor with a...
That was a heck of a sequence right there.
Yes, it was. We covered a lot of ground. Thought they could have been out of regulation, and
one of those judgment calls.
Yeah, it was a judgment call. It didn't go our way that time, but we'll keep battling. Stevie's on bottom now, working his way up. He's to his feet, but hadn't created separation yet. And he's awarded one.
Escape.
Got an escape point, 2-1. Cowan or Pryor with the lead.
Crowd's starting to get into this one a little bit.
Oh, it'll be fun if it stays this way into the third period.
Pull each other out again, tie up. Buffeas looking for runner. He gets it. Takedown, Buffeas.
Stevie's been pretty good about putting his head in and driving kids and getting them to their back. Cowan might get one here if Steve doesn't get a mat return.
Gotta be careful. Steve's still on his knees. Gonna have to give it up. Tied up again. 45 left to go in the second.
Stevie trying to work for hand control and position. Cowan tries a quick slide-by shot. Doesn't land it.
25 here. Tie match. I don't know if that's how I say that. Quick breath for both wrestlers here. They're back to work.
Pryor takes a shot. Stevie's in position to maybe bring him to the mat.
No takedown yet. There's
two.
the takedown, and he's in a tough spot here. He's got to.
No!
Whoa!
The clock was
Clock's
out.
out. Clock was out.
Almost got pinned. The clock was out with about a second. But he gave up some points there. They're going to award him the 2-point takedown, and I'm not sure how many near fall points he's going to get. At least 2, I think.
Yep. Pretty biased, but I believe that was the buzzer did go off. I think the crowd got pretty into it. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but everybody in here
Not
saw
as
the
easy to hear
clock.
down there. Yep.
It was out. So we're still alive.
Yep.
Still going. We're in the third period. They were awarded 2-point near fall.
Looks like we're going to have some questions here.
So it's I think 7-3 is where it
Yes.
was supposed to
Yes.
be. So clock looks like it is set, except for the incorrect period on the wall. But it is third period.
There we go.
7-3. Now we're all set. Everything's square. Stevie's got to go to work.
He's got it.
Stevie
Leg
works
out.
his
There's
way
his
up,
escape.
grabs
Down 3 now with 1:40 left. He's going to have to make some stuff happen to catch back up. He's going to need a takedown. Pryor may go on the defensive here.
You know, a lot of times I've seen Stevie get positioned, get him down, and they end up on their back really quick, which is what we need here. Ends up out of bounds. Almost gave up 2, but still 7-4. Pryor with the edge. 1 minute, 18 seconds left in the third period. Going to come down to the wire.
No reason to be conservative here. As every result ends in a win for either team.
That's correct. Essentially 0-0, isn't it?
Yes.
Stevie
Big
takes a
shot
hard
there
double.
from Stevie, and they're going to go to the floor.
Ran out of space, but he was almost in control of that. Pryor backs up again. Don't be surprised if you see a stalling call on that.
Yep, under a minute here. Face back to work. He's going to have to keep going. 50 seconds left to go in this one. Trying to break the arms and get an underhook. He's got one.
That's 2
and
points,
he's going to
Stevie.
get a takedown. And we're out of bounds.
Okay, there we go. 6-7. Stevie Buffeas before Gibson 6. Pryor 7. We are going to be in the neutral position. 43 seconds left.
1 point difference here. 43 seconds. Both benches on their feet. Crowd really getting into this one. Buffeas is going to have to go to work. 35 seconds now. He does go to work, and there's a scramble. Stevie Buffeas is up on top.
He's still in a neutral. He's got to step around. He's almost
gonna have
out
to
of
work.
space.
He's got to work around. He's got to go.
Get out of
He's going to reset. He's going to have to shoot again. 15 seconds. He's got to go here.
Got to be clock conscious here. 12 seconds. That's a stalling call. We get one more. That's going to be a 1 point.
He's got to go. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3. He's going to have to shoot. 2, 1.
Came up a little bit short.
A little bit short there at the end. Fun match to watch.
Good match.
Pryor's Cowan coming out on top to finish that one. as does the Pryor Tigers in the duel.
That's going to wrap it up for the night, Coach. Tigers battling. Come up just a little bit short. For Gibson Tigers 32, Pryor Tigers 34. Battle of number 8s, 5A versus 4A.
Yep. Thanks for joining us here on Senior Night. For Scott Farmer, I'm Jake Tolbert, and we will see you guys next time. Thank you.